So first I'm going to download data. I'm going to open it in Excel. First I'm going to use the text to column. I'm going to use the comma. And I'm also going to change the average consumer score. Because this one is with period. I'm going to change it with the decimal with the comma. Next I'm going to make the correlation matrix. Because these three cells will definitely going to give a correlation of one, I'm going just to black out these three cells. And now I'm going to do the correlation. So discount with average consumer scores, and then online clicks with the average consumer score, and also online clicks with the discounted item. And from here, we can see that the correlation between the discounted item and the average consumer score is positive, which is 0.34. And the correlation between online clicks and average consumer score is also positive, which is 0.28. However, the correlation between the online clicks and the discounted item is negative, which is negative 0.39. So I'm going to highlight these two with a red color. And then this one going to be this color. And then I'll use green for this. And here's the final result of the correlation matrix. Next, I'm going to do a data analysis, which is a regression. We're going to do a multilinear regression. The Y range is going to be the unit of cells, and the X range is going to be these three variable, which is the average consumer scores, discounted items, and online clicks. And here's the result. And because the confidence interval at the column H and I is the same with the confidence interval in the column F and G, I'm going to delete the confidence interval at the H and I column. And now I'm going to highlight several key statistics that are important. For example, the multiple R, it shows the proportion of variance in the dependent variable explained by all the independent variable. And also because we're doing a multilinear regression, I'm going to highlight the adjusted R squares too. This key statistic point modify the value of the R square um, by penalizing the number of predictors in the regression model. by taking account for predictors that are not significant in the regression models. And also I'm going to change the label of these three independent variable. This one is going to be average consumer score. This one is going to be discounted item. And this one is going to be online clicks. And also I'm going to highlight all the confidence interval for this variable. We can see here that the average consumer score is ranging from 1.8 to 10, which is doesn't cross zero, which is this one is statistically significant. And for the confidence interval for the discounted item, it crosses zero, which means that it's not that significant. And for the online clicks, it's sort of in the borderline because the lower than 5% is almost at zero, which is just slightly below zero, which is at minus 0.003. So it's sort of in the borderline. And for the variable analysis, to know which variable that has the most impact towards the unit of cells, we need to see the coefficient and the p-value. For example, here the average consumer score, it has the largest coefficient, so I'm going to give this one as a red. And the p-value is also the lowest, which is below 5%, which is the threshold. It's only at 1%, so I'm going to give this one a red too. And now we're going to see which independent variable has the least impact towards the dependent variable. From the coefficient, it's definitely the online clicks that has the least significance. So I'm going to give this one green. However, from the p-value perspective, the p-value of the discounted item is relatively high, which is almost zero point 0.4. So I'm going to give this one as a green. And the p-value of the online clicks is almost below 5%, which is at 6.6%. So it's kind of in the borderline too. So I'm just going to leave it like this. But to conclude the variable analysis, we can confidently say that average consumer scores has the most impact towards the unit of cells. And for the variable that has the least impact, I would say it's the discounted item. So I'm going to change this one as a green and change this one into white again. The reason for that is the coefficient is not that high and the p-value is really high, which is almost zero point 0.4, and the range of the confidence interval is relatively larger, which is ranging from minus 1.75 to 3.69, and it crosses zero.